We're back. It's been over a month, but we're back on stream. It's crazy. I'm finally home from the Electric Callboy tour. For those of you that may just stumble upon this video and don't know, I was tour managing Electric Callboy in North America this past, I don't know, 4 weeks or whatever, something like that. For anybody that doesn't know what a tour manager does, the most simple way to put it is I basically run the logistics of the entire tour. So that was fun, and there were some interesting moments, but the whole tour was absolutely 100% fantastic. I truly mean this when I say it was my favorite tour I've ever done, and they are the nicest band and crew I've ever toured with in my entire life. They shouldn't be that nice. They were incredibly nice. It was kind of heartwarming. I've worked for bands for almost 18 years now, and I've never worked for a band like this. I fucking love these people. And I truly mean that. They were absolutely fantastic people. So the first date of the tour was August 25th out in Portland. And then we wrapped up on September 15th in New York City. A lot of you guys that are in chat right now were there. I got to meet a lot of you guys. It was really awesome. But before we really dive in, I want to watch a video really quick because I know a lot of you guys know at this point, Electric Callboy asked me to come on stage and do Kalle's part of Castrop Spandau live. And at first I was a little nervous and a little shy about it too, because I was like, no, I don't need to do this. Like I'm tour managing you guys. Like I don't need to be on stage. And they were insistent upon it. They're like, no, this will be really, really, really cool. Like this will be so cool. Like do it with us. So we sound checked it for a few days. And then we ended up doing it. And I'm not going to lie. It was my first time on a stage in 7 or 8 years, like playing or performing. It was kind of a blur. I don't really remember a lot of it because my anxiety was so high. Or not anxiety, but I would say anxiety. I was side stage, at the beginning of the song, waiting to go out. And I looked at my Fitbit and my heart rate was at 150. And that was before I even walked on stage because I was so nervous about it. But our resident friend here, Hero, who's in chat, recorded the whole thing. And I have not watched the whole thing yet. I only watched the verse of my part. Yeah, because I'm, kind of self-absorbed. And every band does that. Every band at the end of their show goes online and they watch videos of themselves because they wanted to see how it went. So I want to watch the whole video real quick because from the length of this, I think Hero got the end of it too. And the end of it was the guys basically thanking me and just being really sweet on stage. And I don't remember anything they said because I was so in the moment and it was so emotional that I don't remember it. So this might get a little emotional right now because I don't really remember a lot of this just because I was just so wild. But let's switch over here and check this out. But before we watch this actual video, I just want to take a quick second to talk to you guys about the sponsor of today's video, NordVPN, which was undoubtedly one of my most utilized tools on a daily basis on this last Electric Callboy tour. Now, I'd be willing to guess for those of you that spend time online, you've heard of NordVPN. They're the fastest VPN on the planet. And VPNs are great because at the click of a button, in seconds, you can mask your IP address and become way safer online and have all of your stuff protected, which is great for me because when I'm on tour, I have a lot of sensitive information on my computer and I don't want that to get into the wrong hands. And on top of all of that, you can use a VPN to stay connected closer to home. While we were in other countries, I could easily connect to a VPN in the US and watch all my regular shows that I watch on streaming services. But NordVPN is actually way more than another VPN service. With Nord, you also get a lot of other features. Two of my favorites are threat protection and MeshNet. Now with threat protection, you're gonna get shielded from malware, trackers, even ads, all the sketchy stuff that you can encounter on the internet. You're going to be protected from. And the best thing about threat protection, you don't even need to be connected to a VPN for it to work. You just have to be using the NordVPN program. And one of the most convenient assets with NordVPN is the MeshNet, like I just brought up. MeshNet allows you to connect all of your devices that are using NordVPN super easy, remotely, and securely. So on this last tour, if I needed to share a file from my computer to my phone or my phone to my computer, I could do it in seconds just by using the NordVPN app. So with all that being said, you can see why I turn to NordVPN daily, whether I'm at home or on the road. And today, if you head over to nordvpn.com/TankTheTech, you can get their 2-year plan plus 4 months for free. And for those of you that are skeptical, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what have you got to lose? Head over to nordvpn.com/TankTheTech and start protecting your online security the same way that I do while I'm at home and on tour. Thank you guys so very much for taking the time to listen to this. Thank you to NordVPN for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it. So this video was recorded at the Palladium in New York City on September 15th by our friend Hero. Like I said, I've watched the verse of this just to hear how I sounded on Calle's part, but I have not watched the rest. So this will be interesting. And from what I see in chat, the ending is in this, which is where the band was talking about me. And I was so in the moment that I don't even remember what they were saying. So I might cry. Don't give me a hard time. All right, let's go.
Das macht die Kinder froh. Busfahren, abtauchen, richtig einreichen. Du bist die spannende Kraft, kommt auf, wir heben ab. So Hände hoch, harte Messe, los. Kannst du schießen, ich will tanzen. Und wir heben an, wir sind schnell los. So Hände hoch, harte Messe, los. Kannst du schießen, ich will tanzen. Und wir heben an, wir sind schnell los.
So I was actually doing this part. Hold on really quick. I need to go back. I also need to see how my recording settings are really fast because I may be recording this whole thing right now and it might be really messed up when I try and do it later. Let me check something.
A few moments later.
Well, whatever. F it. It's my first video back. I don't care. What I was going to say is when I came on stage, what you didn't hear, I actually said, you can't tell in the video, the lyric is Callboy Koshinsky. I actually said Callboy Tankinski, and you can't really hear it. Here. I'm sorry. I was such in metal mode that like when I'm walking across the stage, I just look like some like hard ass, like hardcore frontman.
Are you ready?
That is me, by the way. For anybody that's never heard my harsh vocals. Also, keep an eye on David's drum riser.
Oh yeah. Denn du bist so wunderschön.
Oh, you can't really see it. So I actually kissed David like on the mouth there. Like I walked back there and grabbed David and kissed him. And you can hear him. You can hear him right after it in my mic go, ah!
Denn du bist so wunderschön. Denn wir springen und schaffen, springen und schaffen.
Oh, man. I don't remember any of this because I was so in the moment.
Just a short story for you guys. We knew each other before that tour, but we never met in person. This guy is just the best man, the best person that we've, I don't know, that we met such a long time. So, he's been...
That is a really long hug.
A real genuine man, and we can't thank you enough, my friend. We can tell you this night is going to be emotional, so don't blame us. Don't blame us.
Oh my God, it's so good to have him on tour. He's the best tour manager we could have asked for.
And did you hear his German?
Dude, absolutely wild. Like, absolutely wild. Like, I really mean it when I say these guys are like the nicest guys on the planet. I've never gotten along with a band like this. And they're not self-absorbed like a lot of other bands that I've worked for. I've worked for so many bands that, like, if they pay you to work for them, they expect you to do everything. Like, they expect that anything they ask of you, you have to do it. And so I think me being conditioned to that, that's how I was with these guys. So I'll tell you a couple of really quick stories that are like anecdotes to that. First day, well, technically the second day, but the first day I met the band. We take the bus to the airport to pick them up. Literally within 2 minutes of being around these guys, it was like we're old friends. Like, there was no awkward moment at all. They were so unbelievably welcoming with everything. So we get on the bus and the band guys are picking bunks, right? And Kevin wanted, I think it was, yeah, Kevin wanted a middle bunk in the bus because there's a bottom, a middle, and a top. And I had rode on the buses out to Portland from Nashville, and I rode in a middle bunk just because, you know, it's a pretty smooth ride. And Kevin's like, oh, somebody's in the middle bunk already? And I was like, oh, that's me. I'll move for you. And he's like, no. You don't have to move. He's like, no, that's fine. And I was like, no, really, dude. Like, you're the artist. I will move. And he like grabbed me and he put his hand on my shoulder and he goes, you are more important than me out here. So you take whatever bunk you want. And I was like, what the fuck? It's like, I've never had an artist say something like that to me, ever. But me being me, it was, I just grabbed my shit and threw it in a different bunk. And I was like, dude, take it. You're fucking 7 inches taller than me. And it's probably easier for you not to have to get into a top bunk. So just go for it. And then like the next day, Nico was walking into the venue and he was like dragging a couple of his suitcases. And I like went to grab a suitcase out of his hand to help him. And he's like, no. He's like, what are you doing? It's like, I was going to take your suitcase for you. And he's like, no. You, like, he did straight up. The thing I love about Nico, he's so direct. He's one of the most direct people I've ever met. And I appreciate that. I love that so much. He just goes, no. He goes, you work for us, but you're not like, you don't have to do everything for us. And I was like, okay. So that was another weird moment for me because I've literally worked for other artists that are like, yeah, bring my suitcase inside. And then the next day, somebody spilled like a drink in the dressing room. And my first gut reaction was to like grab a paper towel and like clean it up. And the second I started cleaning it up, Nico like put his hand on my shoulder and he goes, dude, you need to stop this. He goes, you don't need to do everything for us. He goes, seriously. He goes, you already have so much to worry about. Like, you don't need to clean up after us and carry our suitcases. And that was like within the first 48 hours I knew these guys. And I realized very fast, like, they treat their crew and they look at their crew unlike anybody I've ever worked for. They treat the rest of their crew like they're actual band members. Like, dude, before the shows, it's unreal. Like, everybody's hugging and telling each other how much they love each other. And everybody has secret handshakes with each other and like pre-show rituals. Like, I've never seen shit like this. And then the first day when they were getting ready to do their show, they were getting in their circle to like put their hands in and stuff. And I was just standing kind of in the background because I was like, you know, okay, let them do their thing. And before they even started, everybody turns around. They're like, where's Tank? They're like, Tank, come on. I was like, no, this is your guys' thing. They're like, no, you're part of this now. Let's go. It's like every day they wanted to include me and all that too. And it was just unbelievable. Like, it was the most unbelievable tour I've ever done. To the point where, like, if they asked me to tour manage them full time and like move to Germany, like I would do it. I've already had this discussion with Claire. Claire's on board too. Like, for real. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, dude, it was just fantastic. Like seriously made friendships that I don't think I'll ever make friendships like this in my lifetime ever again. Like that's how amazing these people were. And now here I am about to cry again. One of my favorite things is that like the first show or second show, I see all the guys walking around backstage before the show, like just kind of going like this, like dancing around a bit. And I was like, what the f is, like, I asked Pascal, I was like, what are you guys doing? And he goes, oh, do you not have your ears in? I was like, no. The second they start changeover from the opening band to them, their monitor engineer, Lobby, just plays hardstyle on repeat for them. So when they're getting ready for the show, they all have their ears in and this is all you hear. For 30 minutes, dude. For 30 minutes, just blasting in your ears. You get the point. It's amazing. It's so fucking amazing, dude. I'm all about that shit now. Remember like 2 months ago or maybe 6 months ago or whatever when we were doing like hardstyle fucking reactions themes and I was like, this shit, it sucks. I fucking love it now. Absolutely love it, dude. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's part 2 this shit. So I'll end this first video right now, I guess. If you want to join us on Twitch, you can go to twitch.tv/TankTheTech. I'm on here all the time. Well, 3 days a week, just talking nonsense and whatever. So you can join us like everybody else in chat. And my handle on everything social media is @TankTheTech. I post a lot on Instagram, stuff like that. But yeah, we'll part 2 this thing. We'll get to questions and answers in the next video. But for now, thank you guys very much for watching. And wherever you are in the world, be safe, be kind to each other. And I'll see you guys again soon.